The September 18th, 2019 meeting of the Planning Board of the Town of Smithtown. We are going to begin with the Pledge of Allegiance, and everyone is invited to join in.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
One moment. Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
just give me a minute, please.
No problem, take your time.
A little freeze up here.
It's okay.
Give me one moment.
It's an Amber Alert.
Everybody gets it.
Yeah. In the meantime, these are the Foxwood Estates.
Okay.
I got 2 final maps and 2 drainage plans. I do need them back.
Okay?
This is what, drainage? Thank you, sir.
We could share one and make it.
Sure.
This is the drainage here.
When we get to it.
It's drainage?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
It's the last one, so. we open now.
Imagine in a room of like, packed out room with that thing on.
Oh, man, yeah, it's a really turn on.
Looks good.
Silent.
But everybody's,
Except for that
everybody's
house.
going off at like 60 was.
Gotta do a hard
It's there
restart,
already?
so.
Yeah.
Okay, whenever you're ready, you just let us know.
Gotta change the paper in the old days,
Jack, we're dating ourselves with that.
There you go.
Speaking of this thing,
Pete did last year, he did like a drone segment. That's it. Past years, they've had like all the directors come up and have like a panel.
Okay, we're all set to go.
Good evening, members of the planning board. The planning department would like to recommend the following items be recessed because the applicants are not ready to be heard at this time. Under zoning petitions, number 1, 2012-04 Storybook Homes, Wisconsin. Number 2, 2012-02 Carlson Associates in Kings Park. Number 3, 2010-06 KVZ Holdings. And under waiver requests for number 773 Scholar Estates in Comac.
Is there anybody present who wishes to be heard on any of the matters that were just read regarding which the planning department is suggesting a recess or adjournment? Seeing none, a motion, please.
I move that we recess items 1 through 4 as read.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? So recessed.
The first item under new hearings and decisions is an extension of conditional final approval for number 1152 Leonard Land Division in Nesconset. The applicant requests an extension of final approval for the subdivision number 1152 map of Leonard Land Division. The subdivision number 1152 map of Leonard Land Division received conditional final approval from the planning board on September 12th, 2018. The applicant received an extension of approval that expired on September 7th, 2019. The applicant submitted a request for a second extension on August 29th, 2019. The applicant has submitted the performance bond, dedication papers, and other related paperwork, which is currently being reviewed by the Office of the Town Attorney. The Planning Department has no objection to the request and recommends an extension of 180 days. The Planning Department offers the following resolution for the board's consideration. Planning Board Resolution Number blank 2019. Extension of conditional final approval for number 1152 map of Leonard Land Division, whereas the Planning Board has considered the request of John Leonard to extend the conditional final approval for the subdivision number 1152 map of Leonard Land Division for a period of 180 days. Now therefore be it first resolved that the planning board hereby approves a 180-day extension of time to the conditional final approval for the subdivision number 1152, map of Leonard Land Division to expire on March 5th, 2020. And just a quick update, the town board meeting tomorrow night, it is on for that meeting to accept the performance bond.
Okay. And we have the,
David posting's good.
okay, very good.
Hi, Donald King, 75 East Main Street, Kings Park, New York. This is the one I told you where my client was going cuckoo because this is going on for 13 years, so if you could extend it to 180 days, I'd appreciate it.
Okay, I just want to state, I'm sure you're aware, and others may be aware, that we, you can see we have only four members tonight, so that for anything to be passed, it has to be passed 3-1, 2 won't do it. Just want to state that.
I'll take the chance.
Yes, for that reason, they'd be entitled to, but since you want to take the chance, anybody present who wishes to be heard on this matter? Any questions from any member of the board on this matter? Seeing none, hearing none, a motion to close the public hearing, please?
In the matter of number 1152, map of Leonard Land Division, I move that we close the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. Hearing is closed. And now on the resolution?
In the matter of number 1152, map of Leonard Land Division, I move that we adopt the resolution as read in accordance with the recommendation of the Planning Department.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. Approved unanimously, 4-0.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The next item is a waiver request for number 922, map of Sesame Estates, Section 2. The applicant is requesting to waive 508 feet of sidewalk along Sabre Drive and Sabre Lane within the subdivision number 922, map of Sesame Estates, Section 2. This application was last heard at the August 14th, 2019 Planning Board hearing. This matter was recessed in order to allow the board to perform an on-site inspection and for the planning department to discuss with the applicant an alternative to waiving all of the sidewalks. Attached is a sketch prepared by the planning department dated September 13th, 2019, which extends the sidewalks highlighted in yellow into the subdivision on the north and south sides of both Sabre Lane and Sabre Drive. The sidewalks shall meet the road with ADA compliant ramps. The highway department has reviewed the sketch and has found it acceptable. The planning department offers the following resolution for the board's consideration. Planning Board Resolution number blank 2019, waiver request of public improvements for number 922, map of Sesame Estates, Section 2. Whereas the planning board has considered the request of Steve D. Agostino to waive 508 feet of sidewalk within the subdivision number 922, map of Sesame Estates, Section 2. Now therefore be it first resolved that the planning board hereby approves the request to waive 508 feet of sidewalk along Sabre Lane and Sabre Drive within the subdivision number 922, map of Sesame Estates, Section 2, subject to the following conditions. 1, the applicant shall install a portion of the required sidewalks pursuant to the sketch prepared by the planning department dated September 13th, 2019. 2, the sidewalk shall meet the road with ADA compliant ramps.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Vincent Tremarco, 1038 West Jericho Turnpike, Smithtown, New York. I've heard the recommendation of the planning department. Ask the board to approve the recommendation as read by Matt Colato.
You have the affidavit of posting?
This was adjourned to this
Oh,
date.
to this specific date,
Yeah.
didn't have to be reposted. Okay, that's great. Anybody present who wishes to be heard on this matter? Any questions from any member of the board on this matter?
Just one for the planning department. So the sidewalks, before, they were gonna be blunt-ended, which is what they were looking for, and now they are gonna extend
Both
into the
cul-de-sacs
cul-de-sac?
and have ramps,
And have
yes.
ramps, okay, very good.
Okay, anything further? No? All right, so then, motion to close the public hearing, please?
In the matter of number 922, map of Sesame Estates, Section 2, I move that we close the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? So closed. And then on the resolution, please?
In the matter of number 922, map of Sesame Estates, Section 2, I move that we adopt the resolution as read in accordance with the recommendation of the Planning Department.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? Unanimously adopted, 4-0.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The next item is for a final subdivision for number 1146, map of Foxwood Estates in Smithtown. The applicant requests final approval to subdivide 3.2 acres into 4 single-family lots Subdivision number 1146, map of Foxwood Estates, received conditional preliminary approval from the Planning Board on July 18th, 2018. The Planning Board also adopted a secret negative declaration for the application. On September 26, 2018, the applicant filed the final application and has complied with the conditions of preliminary approval. The final subdivision, number 1146, map of Foxwood Estates, is comprised of 3 tax lots and fronts Landing Avenue in Smithtown. The parcel is located in the R21 zoning district and is developed with a single-family dwelling, which is to remain. To the east is zoned R43 and is developed with single-family residences. To the north, south, and west is zoned R21 and is developed with single-family dwellings. The topography of the site grades from 146 feet above sea level at the northeast corner to 110 feet above sea level at the southwest corner. The site contains steep slopes on the western and southern parts as indicated in blue shading on the drainage and grading plan. The site does not contain any wetland or natural surface features, and depth of groundwater is greater than 10 feet. The applicant is proposing to construct a private road approximately 340 feet long off Landing Avenue with a cul-de-sac. In May 2014, the applicant submitted a waiver request to reduce the minimum pavement width and cul-de-sac pavement radius for the proposed road. Typically, such a request is decided at time of preliminary approval. However, the applicant urged the planning board to consider the request prior to considering the overall subdivision. The planning board agreed to consider the applicant's request and on October 15th, 2014, the board reduced the minimum pavement width from 30 feet to 20 feet and reduced the pavement radius for the cul-de-sac from 50 feet to 40 feet with the following conditions. A, no curb shall be installed and an 8-foot wide grass shoulder shall be installed and maintained in order to accommodate parked cars. B, this decision is related to the road dimension request only and does not imply approval or endorsement of any proposed subdivision application or variance request. Fearing the lack of curbs would make it difficult to properly control storm water runoff from the road, the engineering department recommended that the board amend its condition of approval to allow mountable curbing. The planning board adopted a condition of preliminary approval requiring mountable curbing along the proposed right-of-way. The plans before the board tonight show a mountable curbing. The proposed road, Foxwood Court, is a residential access street. Due to the low traffic volume, the planning department recommends sidewalks be waived along the proposed road. Landing Avenue has a high volume of traffic. However, there are no sidewalks on Landing Avenue to connect to, and there are no plans to install sidewalks along this portion of Landing Avenue. Therefore, the planning department recommends sidewalks be waived along Landing Avenue. Section 248-24 of the subdivision regulation states that each subdivision is required to show a park area of at least 2 acres per 100 buildings. However, the Court of Appeals has ruled that the town cannot require the reservation of park area unless the planning board determines on a case-by-case basis that a need for parkland exists with respect to the individual subdivision. Based on the community facility studies in the town's comprehensive plan, there is a need for parkland in the neighborhood in which this subdivision is situated. This subdivision's share of meeting the need is approximately 0.018 acres. In cases where the planning board determines that a suitable park cannot be located or is otherwise not practical, the subdivider is required to pay a cash equivalent prior to filing the map. Given the location and small size of the subdivision, a dedication for park space would not be practical. Therefore, the payment of an equivalent park fee established at $9,000 is recommended as a condition of final plat approval. All of the lots conform to the minimum lot area and frontage requirements for the R21 zoning district, except Lot 3, which is 18,568 square feet due to environmentally sensitive land, steep slopes. The proposed layout will require the following variances from the planning board. On Lot 1, reduce minimum front yard setback from 50 feet to 25 feet along Foxwood Court. Reduce minimum front yard setback from 50 feet to 40 feet and alter environmentally sensitive land, steep slopes. Lot 3, reduce minimum front yard setback from 50 feet to 40 feet. Reduce minimum lot area from 21,780 square feet to 18,568 square feet and alter environmentally sensitive land, steep slopes. Lot 4, reduce minimum front yard setback from 50 feet to 40 feet and alter environmentally sensitive land for steep slopes. The applicant submitted a yield plan that demonstrates that 4 lots can be created in full compliance with the town zoning ordinance and subdivision regulations. Therefore, pursuant to section 322-30.4 of the zoning ordinance, the planning board has the authority to review and grant the front yard and minimum lot area variances described above. The alteration of steep slopes will be subject to the Board of Zoning Appeals when applying for building permits. The planning department has reviewed the above reference variance request and recommends approval of the front yard setback and lot area variances for the following reasons. 1, the front yard setback reduction on lots 2, 3, and 4 reduced the disturbance of steep slopes by shifting the houses further away from the steep slopes found in the rear yards. Additionally, the front yard setback variances will not produce an undesirable change in the character of the neighborhood because the only houses fronting the proposed road are within the subdivision. The lot reduction on lot 3 is not substantial, nor will it change the character of the neighborhood. 3, the front yard setback on lot 1 from 50 feet to 25 feet is substantial and not in character with the neighboring properties. However, the variance is created from the construction of the road. The construction of the road is not shifting the existing house any closer to the neighboring properties. Therefore, the house will not negatively impact or be a detriment to neighboring properties. The planning department recommends the building envelope be modified to match the sketch dated September 9, 2019. The sketch reduces the front yard setback to 40 feet along the cul-de-sac to match the proposed 3 homes, and then reduces further to 25 feet along the north side of the existing house, extending to the Landing Avenue front yard setback. The engineering department has reviewed the final application and has found it acceptable. The highway department has reviewed the final application and has found it acceptable. The traffic safety department had concerns with the corner clearance for safe egress from Foxwood Court onto Landing Avenue. They requested a letter from the applicant ensuring they will comply with the corner clearance ordinance. The applicant submitted a letter stating that they will comply and work with the traffic safety department during construction. The planning department has reviewed the final application and has found it acceptable, subject to the following conditions. 1, as depicted on the map, the planning department recommends a planting buffer along a portion of the north property line in order to screen the new road from the adjacent property owner to the north. The buffer should begin approximately 35 feet west of the current property line along Landing Avenue in order to allow adequate visual clearance for drivers at the intersection of Foxwood Court and Landing Avenue. This buffer area shall be approximately 160 feet long and planted with evergreens as indicated on the performance bond estimate. See the planning department sketch dated September 9, 2019. 2, the curb cuts onto Landing Avenue from Lot 1 shall be removed and access to Lot 1 shall be from Foxwood Court only. It is safer to have cars ingressing egress from Foxwood Court rather than Landing Avenue. Additional information. 1, letters assuring availability of utility service have been received from the Smithtown Water District and PSC&G. 2, Smithtown Central School District has acknowledged the subdivision. 3, the amount of the inspection fee is estimated at $11,613. The amount of the park fee is estimated at $9,000. The amount of the performance bond is estimated at $145,165. The amount of the cash deposit is $2,000, and the amount of the performance bond to be posted is $143,165. The planning department offers the following resolution for the board's consideration. Planning Board Resolution Number blank 2019, final plat variance for number 1146, map of Foxwood Estates. Whereas the planning board has considered the request of Joseph and Rosanna Perna for the following variances within the subdivision number 1146, map of Foxwood Estates pursuant to section 322-30.4, the building zone ordinance of the code of the town of Smithtown. Now therefore be it first resolved that the planning board hereby grants variances from the building zone ordinance of the code of the town of Smithtown within the subdivision number 1146, map of Foxwood Estates as follows. Below is the table modification of dimensional requirements. This table shall be shown on the final map to be filed in the office of the Suffolk County Clerk. A fee of $3,000 is required for these variances. Planning Board Resolution Number blank 2019, final plat approval for number 1146, map of Foxwood Estates. Whereas the Planning Board has considered the request of Joseph and Rosanna Perna and to subdivide 3.2 acres into 4 single-family lots. Now therefore be it first resolved that the planning board hereby approves the final plat number 1146, map of Foxwood Estates, subject to the following conditions. A, posting of a performance bond in form and amount specified by separate resolution of the planning board and for a term of 2 years. B, posting of a general liability insurance policy to run concurrently with the term of the performance bond and in accordance with other provisions of section 248 of the code of the town of Smithtown subdivision regulations. C, payment of an inspection fee and cash deposit as established by separate resolution of the planning board. D, all necessary dedication papers shall be submitted by the applicant to the planning board or to the planning department in complete and accurate form as one package, including but not limited to the performance bond, liability insurance policy, title report, and all required fees. E, the final plat shall include all information required by section 248.15 and 248.16 of the town subdivision regulations. The conditions of approval in the office of the Suffolk County Clerk. A check print of the final plat shall be submitted to the Planning Department for review before the Mylars are prepared. F, payment of a park fee of $9,000. G, final approval of the drainage and regrading plans to satisfaction of the town engineer. H, minimal curbing shall be installed along Foxwell Court. I, Foxwell Court shall remain private. J, amend the planting buffer to begin 35 feet west of the east property line along Landing Avenue and run 160 feet in length. Remove the existing curb cuts on Lot 1 on Landing Avenue. Access to Lot 1 shall be from Foxwell Court only. L, remove Table 2 of modifications. M, a fee of $3,000 is required for these variances. N, all variances associated with altering environmentally sensitive land are subject to the Board of Zoning Appeals. Approval of this subdivision is not an approval of any future variance requests to the Board of Zoning Appeals. O, prior to the commencement of construction activities at the subject parcel, including land clearing or other site preparation work, the applicant shall abide by the following conditions. 1, all limits of clearing and any individual trees to be preserved within the clearing areas must be marked with snow fencing or orange mesh construction fencing. Said fencing shall be located no closer to the trunk of any tree to be preserved than the drip line of said tree. This area to be preserved shall be as indicated in the tree preservation and land clearing plan prepared by Michael James Hillebrand, licensed land surveyor, dated October 14th, 2016. 2, upon completion of the installation of fencing as required above, the applicant shall provide written notice to the Department of Environment and Waterways requesting an inspection of the limits of clearing as marked in the field by the cited fencing. 3, the applicant shall not commence construction activities, including land clearing or site preparation work, until the marked limits of clearing are approved in writing by the Environmental Protection Director. And 4, the snow fencing or orange mesh construction fencing used to delineate the limits of clearing shall be maintained in place by the applicant until the completion of all land clearing and grading activities at the subject parcel. Second, resolve that the chairman of the planning board is hereby authorized to sign the final plat, hereby approving said plat after the town board has accepted a performance bond of satisfactory foreign amount. Third, resolve that the conditional final approval of said final plat shall expire 180 days after the date of this resolution and within 62 days after the chairman of the planning board signs the final maps of this plat, unless said plat shall have been duly filed or recorded by the owner in the office of the Suffolk County Clerk. Planning Board Resolution Number 2019, authorization to sign performance bond estimate for number 1146, map of Foxwood Estates. Whereas the town departments of engineering, traffic safety, highway, and planning have prepared a performance bond estimate to cover the cost of all required public improvements. Now therefore be it first resolved that the chairman of the planning board is authorized to sign the performance bond estimate for number 1146, map of Foxwood Estates, in the amount of $145,165, and establish an inspection fee of $11,613 and a cash deposit of $2,000. Therefore, the amount of the performance bond to be posted with the town shall be $143,165.
Okay. Affidavit of posting is here. It's good. Okay.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, my name is Vincent Tremarco. I represent the applicant. I've heard the recommendation of the planning department and ask the board to follow said recommendation. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody present that wishes to be heard on this matter? Any questions from any member of the board on this matter? Hearing and seeing none, a motion to close the public hearing, please.
In the matter of number 1146, map of Foxwood Estates, I move that we close the public hearing.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None? So closed. Now a motion, please, on the variances.
In the matter of final plat variance, number 1146, map of Foxwood Estates, I move that we approve the variances as listed in the table of modifications in accordance with the recommendation of the planning department.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? None? One opposed? That's 3-1. One opposed. Okay, now on the final plat, a motion on the final plat.
In the matter of final plat approval, number 1146, map of Foxwood Estates, I move that we adopt the resolution as read in accordance with the recommendation of the planning department.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Opposed?
3-1 in favor, one opposed. And now on the performance bond estimate, please, a motion?
In the matter of number 1146, map of Foxwood Estates, I move that we approve the performance bond estimate as recommended by the Planning Department.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Opposed?
3-1 again in favor, one opposed. All three resolutions are adopted by a 3-1 vote.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Good night.
Good night. Looks like the last thing that we have is the adoption of the minutes of September 4th, 2019. So I will move at this point that we adopt the minutes of the September 4th, 2019 meeting of this board.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? So adopted. We have a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? We're adjourned. Thank you.